Why don't you give me a sign?
This is Corinna Jane.
The leaves are trailing on that shore. It's not your problem, it's mine.
With her brand new single, Give Me a Sign. As featured on BBC Introducing.
It's just the way it's gotta be. Give me a sign about the things that we don't know. Why don't you give me a sign?
Corinna Jane, Give Me a Sign. Out now.
It's not your problem, it's mine.
Hello, I'm Sophia Jessica, and welcome to the Fan Carpet.
All right, so welcome, Carl. Such a pleasure to meet you. Like I said, if we go back to the beginning, was there a defining moment for you to get into the entertainment industry?
Honestly, I kind of fell into it sort of by dumb luck. My sister was a dancer, and she went to a performance arts camp when she was younger, and one of the things that they had to do was they had to kind of explore everything. So while she was a dancer, they had her do like a theater performance, and she had to act as well. And somebody there, I believe it was there, gave us the information of a like talent manager in Philadelphia, because we were still living in Pennsylvania at the time. And my sister wanted to go meet her to, possibly pursue acting. And we all just went, like me, my siblings went. And these people asked me if I wanted to read like a commercial for them, just to see. And I read this commercial, and they asked if I wanted to try acting. And, it was one of those things where I was just like, sure, I guess, I was 14 at the time, something like that. And I got sent on my first audition. It was in New York. I had no clue what I was doing. They asked me to slate, which means say your name and your age and your height and stuff. And I didn't know what that meant. And these people knew I had no idea what I was doing, but they liked my performance, I guess, enough to ask me to hang around. And, me and my mom, I was there with my mom at the time because I was a minor. We didn't know if this was weird. We didn't know if this was protocol. And it turned out that they were an agency, Jordan, Gill and Dornbaum in New York City. And they kind of pulled my mom into a room, me and my mom into a room, and were like, look, you guys are very new at this, right? Like, you don't really know what this is. And me and my mom had no clue. And they said, like I said, they were an agency and that they would like to represent me. And so by pure dumb luck, I stumbled into an agent on my first audition, and they started sending me out. It all kind of, spiraled from there, where I started taking classes and studying more and really deciding to pursue it as I got older.
That's awesome. So a definite case of right place, right time.
100%. Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. It was, and I can't imagine doing anything else now. It was like I was 17 going on 18, and everybody's filling out their college applications, and I was just like scratching my head of like, I don't want to go to school. I don't know what I want to do. And then it kind of hit me of like, well, I really like this. I'm going to pursue this,
Yeah, great.
Oh,
and we're all better for it, being able to see you in various projects over the years.
Oh, appreciate that, man.
So I've enjoyed them. So what was it about Dinner in America that enticed you to get involved? Because obviously this is quite different to what you've done before.
I think that's part of it as well. I like a challenge of switching it up. I like doing character work. I like trying to do different things. Originally it was like a long time coming of actually getting into Dinner in America. I got sent the script probably 3 years or so before we actually made it. And I was in the middle of making this TV show called Outsiders, and um, I had, you know, 2 kids. One of them was like a newborn, and I spaced on, I remember starting to read the script. I got like 3 pages in and like had to shut it and then forgot to go back to it. Cut to a couple years later, I'm making this movie called The Cleansing Hour in Romania, and the DP and me really hit it off. And, you know, we have actually a love of like punk and hardcore music. And, you know, so we started talking about that. And he said he was supposed to shoot this really cool movie called Dinner in America, but it fell through. But they were trying to bring it back. And he said, you'd be perfect for it. And it actually triggered in my head. I was like, I think I know that movie. And I checked my email, and I still had the email from like 3 years before that with the script in it. So I went home that night and I read it, and it just kind of blew my mind, where I was like, how did I not? I mean, because the first couple pages are literally like this kid smashes through a plate glass window, lights stuff on fire. You know, it's like pure chaos, just those first couple pages, that I was like, how did I not finish reading this? So I finished reading it, and Simon was just so out there and so different than anything I'd ever read. And the relationship between him and Patty was so unique and special compared to anything I've ever read. And at that point, it was then really up to meeting Adam and seeing if he still wanted me to do it, which luckily he did. And B, you know, did we hit it off, and do I think this guy can really bring this world to life? And, you know, when you talk to Adam, he had it so dialed in and really knew what he wanted to do in this world and with these characters. And he was willing and ready to let us push it as far as we needed to go. So there was just a lot in there that appealed to me. It was one of those kind of like impossible to say no type of things. And, you know, I was like talking to my wife about it, because I had weirdly managed to line up a couple jobs that went back to back, but that meant being gone, you know, for a while away from her and the kids. And this was the 3rd movie on the tail end of that. And I was like, I know you're going to friggin' kill me, but there's something about this one that I have to do. Like, there's something really special here with this. And luckily she was like, go for it then.
That's great. It's always nice to have a partner that supports you in everything that you're doing.
Yeah, 100%, man. I wouldn't be able to do what I do without her, you know.
Yeah. You have quite a memorable scene at the beginning with Leah Thompson.
Yeah.
Do you have any memorable scenes from shooting?
I mean, that is definitely one of them. You know, I mean, she's the coolest. She was like so game and so open to play, and she just, you know, made me feel really comfortable, because, you know, we get pretty into it. And she made me feel super comfortable with her. She's the greatest. But this is one of those movies where it was so much fun to shoot, that there's so many scenes that I love, you know, like I said, like, it's not every day you get to throw a chair through a giant plate glass window, you know, you know,
and then set bush on fire.
Oh yeah, like flipping tables full of food. You know, I love the scene with me and Patty in the basement where we create the song. I love this stuff with us at the arcade, getting revenge on the bullies. There's just that doing the punk show. I mean, there was just it was like summer camp, you know? It was like every day was just so fun.
Yeah, that the whole thing was a lot of fun. Um, yeah. Even watching it, you can tell that the scenes between you and Emily, who plays Patty, it's just so sweet and just so genuine
Yeah,
between the two of you.
I mean, she's the best. And honestly, she was so game and so prepared that we kind of had this silent, it was like, there was just this trust. It was almost like a psychic language type of thing where it was always like, you go as far as you need to go and we'll keep pushing it. And because of that, like we allowed each other to just, play these characters up at 11 and trust each other that if we fell flat on our faces, she would be there to catch me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And likewise, it was such a amazing working relationship. And then the trust we had in Adam, it was kind of like a dream scenario. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to be Simon without Emily being the Patty that she was,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, following on from that, you play a lot of instruments in the film. Did you learn them especially for the film, or did you already know them going in?
I learned everything there. I mean, it's really basic stuff, it's pretty simple chords, but no, I have no musical ability, like whatsoever. I'm like a car and shower singer kind of thing, but no, I'd picked up a guitar and strummed it a little bit, but like I by no means can like play. So it was kind of just, some of it was figuring it out on the go. And then, Adam had given me the chords to practice for the like bass and guitar. Then the drums, he was just like, well, this is what you have to do today. So just come do this.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So obviously you've got comedy legend Ben Stiller as a producer on this film. Did you get a chance to meet him?
No, unfortunately I haven't been able to meet Ben, but I met his partner Nicky Weinstock, who is there pretty much the whole time, very much involved. Really, really great guy. And I know Adam had nothing but good things to say about working with Ben and Red Hour and all that. I know Adam's met them, but we never actually met.
Oh, okay. Maybe next time. Yeah. So, what is your preferred genre, and do you have any favorite films and TV shows?
Like my preferred genre to watch,
or to play, or to act
in. Honestly, man, I don't really have anything that I'm particularly locked into. I'm more like material driven, character driven. Sometimes you just have to work driven, there's different versions of everything. I love doing, drama. I've played in the horror world. I've had fun there. This is kind of the most, I wouldn't say it's a straight up comedy, but sort of the, funniest movie I guess I've been in, which was fun because, I don't get to do that a lot. I don't think people think of my name and think comedy right next to it, As for watching, I don't know. I watch all sorts of stuff. I mean, well, I used to. Ever since I've had kids, I like literally have not watched anything. It's watching whatever they want to watch 15 times in a row. So, I'm pretty into that. But I was working recently, so I got a little bit of time, and I was like on a big Pacino kick, which was, can't go wrong there. That was pretty awesome. Fun. Yeah.
Awesome. So who inspires you in the industry?
There's so many good people, man. There's so many. when I was younger, I will say, like, when I was younger, one of the first things that kind of like piqued my interest was I had watched, a couple of DiCaprio films when he was young, like Basketball Diaries and This Boy's Life and Gilbert Grape and stuff. And he was young. And to me, that was kind of mind blowing to see him at the age I was at the time and be like, you can be that young and that good? Like, holy cow. Like, it hadn't really registered with me that, like, you can do that. And that was sort of one of the things that pushed me towards really wanting to pursue it. Was, seeing that. Since then, I mean, there's just so many good people. I'm the worst with these questions. Somebody asked me the other day, like, what my favorite movie is, and I'm like, I don't know. There's so many good ones. Like, how do you pick? So, I mean, you have people like, you got Jenna Rollins and like Woman Under the Influence, who's doing unbelievable character work. And then you got, chameleons like Christian Bale who will just completely shift their whole physical everything. And I mean, Sean Penn and Gary Oldman. I mean, there's so many. There's too many. There's too much good shit.
Yeah, we're spoiled for choice.
Yeah,
A lot of the time.
like I can't. I know that was like a non-answer, but
No, it's a great answer. No, it's a great answer. It's a great answer.
There's so much talent,
Yeah.
and it's always changing. That's the thing. It's like the changing of the guard all the time.
Yeah.
You got like the Tom Hardys of the world coming in and people like that who are shaking it up, and it's just cool to watch.
Absolutely is. So with the popularity of streaming services like a Disney Plus or a Netflix, what do you think the future of cinema is?
I truly hope it never goes away. Losing the movie theater experience would be really devastating. I think it's such a special and unique way to see a film. I think instant gratification has kind of spoiled a lot of things. People don't want to wait anymore. People don't want to go, they're like, why would I drive 15 minutes when I can just watch it on my phone? It's like, because you're supposed to watch it on a massive screen with the sound design and everything going on. It's tricky because the way things have changed, like the way the studio system has changed. It's tough, like they're not making those $5 to $10 million, $15 to $20 million films that they're popping in the theaters anymore. It's got to be like $500 million or nothing. So it's tricky. I hope it comes back around. But at the same time, like I do appreciate the streaming world where it's given a platform for movies like Dinner in America and a lot of these indies to be seen, whereas they weren't seen before. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword where I'm grateful. I'm extremely grateful that streaming exists. I think it's a great way for people to see films, but I do think some of it has caused a bit of a hit on the movie going experience, which, but I think, stop me if I'm wrong, but I do think, isn't Netflix like considering opening like a line of movie theaters or something?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I certainly there was talk of that, I believe, last year. And I know Amazon are apparently bidding for MGM at the moment.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be interesting if the streaming services also, played, movies in the theaters and stuff like that. It's tough, man. Again, like I said, like I think streaming is such a great way for films to be seen, but also that movie going audience experience is it's one of a kind. I hope it sticks around. I hope it doesn't go anywhere,
Absolutely. Yeah, I can't wait to get back in the cinema. So just before I let you go, what are you hoping the audience will take away from Dinner in America when they get to see it?
You know, I really hope they're just along for the ride. I know I mean, that first 20 minutes is like hyper aggressive and, and you get to know these characters and I hope they're just really I just hope they're really, willing to go along for the ride with Simon and Patty. And I mean, while I think this is a movie for everybody, it's also one of those movies where it's like kind of for the underdogs. It's like, you watch these underappreciated people and undervalued people who everybody just kind of looks over or stigmatizes before they even really get to know them, and you watch them win, which doesn't happen a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I hope people appreciate that, and I hope people learn, like, you shouldn't just judge people. Like, everybody has value, and everybody deserves to be, a certain level of respect and to not just be taken at face value. And I hope that gets people thinking a little bit.
Great. Absolutely. And just finally, where can we find you online if we want to keep up with everything you're doing?
I have a Instagram, I have a Twitter. What the hell is I don't even know my own. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm just Kyle Gallner on Twitter, and then Instagram is Kyle G Face. The letter G Face was my nickname in high school. G Face.
All right. Okay.
Because we had two Kyles in the group, so it was Kyle Golden and Kyle Gallner.
Right. Okay. Great. All right. Well, it's been such a pleasure to speak to you today. Congratulations with the film, and I look forward to whatever you do next.
Appreciate it, brother. Have a good day, man.
You too. Take care, mate. Thanks.
Thank you for watching The Fan Carpet. Please follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram for more content next time.
I'm here on the largest of the Balearic Islands, Mallorca. With the turquoise waters of the Mediterranean Sea, beautiful mountainous landscape, the thriving city of Palma, quaint little market towns, a growing number of luxury hotels, it's no surprise that the likes of Audrey Hepburn and Elizabeth Taylor like to holiday here. So come and join me as I take you around Mallorca.
Thank you for watching The Fan Carpet. If you like this video, be sure to click that thumbs up button at the bottom of your screen. And also be sure to subscribe to the Fan Carpet YouTube channels. They're absolutely free and so much fun too. Be sure to check out the official website, thefancarpet.com. Also, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to stay up to date with reviews, competitions, the latest news, and so much more.